Did you travel far?
Yeah, I came from Slough actually.
From Slough? Wow.
Yeah, well, not that bad. I see some guys on your channel like coming from the Netherlands or the States. It's like, nah, I'm not like that. Just the Elizabeth line, you know. But
right, guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel. We're doing Save or Shave. No, I'm joking. Really? I had to do that then. I could see we leading up to that one.
You got me.
Sorry, mate. All right, guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman studio. And today we've got Henry in the chair. How you doing, mate?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm very well. So, what's the plan? What are we doing today?
Well, I haven't actually been in the barbershop for about like 8 months.
Okay.
So I got a bowl cut. Like I was looking for something a bit edgier.
Okay.
Told him kind of like free reign, go a bit edgier, and I kind of came out and then I went back to school and then all my mates started rinsing me.
Okay.
We were having a bit of a bowl cut. So then like let it grow out, and like a month and a half later, one of my mates' mums was like, nah, this is just too bad. So she got like the kitchen scissors out, started doing my sides, like trying to even it up a bit. But since then I've just been like, just gonna let it grow out, go wild. I went surfing for a bit, so it's like, kind of got a bit of texture in my hair and it just kind of like became a bit better, I'd say. Okay. But I've kind of lost like any style I had or anything, and I just, thought that it's, a bit of blank canvas today. Okay, cool. See what you think, really.
So have you got any ideas of what you're thinking?
Yeah, so I quite liked having it a bit longer at the back because I always had it like a 4 down to a 2 at the back, and then because my old barber said that the way the hair grew out from the back, it kind of grew up or something, and so you either had to go short, or just longer, a lot longer, and I didn't have the length, and so I've let it go longer, and I actually really like having a bit more length at the back, so that's something I'd like to keep. And I have to pull my hair behind my ears, otherwise it just kind of like the bowl cut starts coming back out, and so that like I really don't like the sides like being that long, and so then my first instinct was like, why not go for like a mullet or something like that? Because I've got a photo of one of your older videos.
Okay, let's have a look.
Do you remember this haircut here?
Oh yeah, I do, yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't know, it's whatever. It was just an idea, and then I saw something else, just kind of like. But it's just, I know that some things kind of work for some people, some other things don't really. So
yeah, definitely.
Just whatever you think, really. I mean, that was just an idea to get rid of the sides, really.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And then just fringe, whatever.
Okay, and do you want to would you like to wear your fringe down or up? What do you prefer?
Down, really. Like down. I've got a photo again of like, this is me. I'd say like this was like the kind of fringe I like. It, like here, my hair, I don't know, my hair texture changed quite a lot in the past 2 years. Okay. I think.
Yeah. But, only you'll know, mate. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's just see.
And so I've got quite a high hairline. So I usually just wear a fringe to like, I don't know, I wouldn't say like cover it. It's just like, it's the style I'd say with the, younger people nowadays. And so
definitely.
Let it come down.
How old are you, Henry?
I'm 18.
18, okay, cool. You do seem a lot older in your mannerisms from 18 though.
I just turned 18 this month.
Nearly, nice man, nice. Okay, well, I think, first thoughts, I don't know whether the kind of high shaved mullets would work, only because of the hairline. Okay? If we blend the sides too high, it's very hard to try and connect the fringing. Because what ends up happening is, I just kind of comb your hair out a little bit and stuff. If we separate the hair, so this is how we kind of do it, right? So if I separate the hair out and I go to the hairline up here, right? So when I'm doing the back and side, you go from the recession point, right? Because that way you kind of work better blending everything in. Now, if you look where the recession point is now, how high the sides go, that's quite high up there, right? Now, if I was to cut the sides in, sort of like quite high to work on that, then as the sides get blended in, it goes shorter and shorter and shorter, from sort of the temple onwards, right? Then when you leave a fringe coming down, it just sits on its own. And there's no structure to the fringe. It will just grow out very quickly and it won't look balanced. The sides will be very drastic compared to the fringe. And it will just look like from the side on and maybe straight on, you've just got a fringe and nothing else. It's very hard to texturize and stuff like that because you just have to leave the length in it. So I would probably suggest doing something which is more lower down tapered on the sides, more than doing something that's like a really dramatic sort of mullet in that sense, like them. Because if you just get them pictures up for me, I'll just talk you through it a second. So if you look there, his hairline's very low. So I've got more room to keep here and blend around. Where if we look at yours, your hairline's about sort of here. And then there's a big drop to the sides. So that fringe will just sit so isolated, I think it might not look right. If you go to the other one of the other mullet that you've saved.
This one.
Again, hairline is quite strong, you know. So that's how you can get away with having that kind of shape, because you've got all of this to play around with. But when you haven't got a lot up here, it just starts not really working, if that makes sense. I do like where you're going with it. I do. But if we're still keeping a heavy fringe, taking them sides away might just look like the bowl cut straight on. Do you get what I mean? We're trying to stay away from
whatever
the bowl
you think best. Like, you know, there's what consultations for, you know.
Yeah,
never really had like proper ones, so you know, you kind of got. I think you kind of know what I mean. Like,
I know where you're coming from. I know what you're looking for sure. So I'll try and put a mullet in if I can, but just make sure everything else works with it, because it can't just look good from the side. It's got to look good 360 as well. You know,
Awesome.
I would probably suggest taking the back down a touch. You know. Because the consistency and texture is quite different to the top as well. It's very straight and a little bit of a wave at the front, but then you've got this mega curl at the bottom.
Really weird. When I was going when I was like 15, 16, it was kind of this here.
Oh, was it?
And then it was really weird. And then it kind of just got kind of straightened out a bit. So like, you know, just you got to adapt really.
So why don't we work on taking the taper here shorter? So we'll start with maybe like about 2 fingers in height on the blend, right? So I'll probably do it through the Fumi fingers first and taper away. Then that can blend into the back, and then we can obviously connect the top in and leave like a nice, very textured front. I think would look nice as well. Take a lot down at the back as well. Shorty go through the crown here, and we leave a bit of length. So say, for example, would you be okay with your fringe like the picture, sitting maybe just above your eyebrows? Kind of thing, nice and full to the eyebrows,
that'd be good. Yeah.
And then we'll put loads of texture in through the back, so you get loads of movement.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm always looking for texture in my hair. So.
Yeah, let's try this out then. Let's see what we can come up with.
Good.
Yeah, sound good, yeah? Cool, man. Right, well, let's get this shampoo and condition, and then we'll get started. All right, bud. Right, guys, so Henry's hair has been shampooed and conditioned, so we're going to start on the back and sides first. So I'm going to do a horseshoe section to start with. I'm going to keep it fairly low down, so I've got a little bit more to play with. I'm going to bring this in, so like a horseshoe, but more into a V at the back, just so I can build up a bit of weight through here when we're doing our cross graduation. Now, I'm going to work by taking this down. So my fingers are resting on the skin, like so. So you can see, you can start going quite short. And I'm going to start bringing this section down to start building up length. There's my guide underneath. I'm going to work through there like that. Keep building that weight up to the corner. Think about it, we want to try and build a lot of length up to the top there, so that way we don't have to take too much off the fringe. So you've got to, when you're doing something like this, you've got to be kind of thinking a few steps ahead and future-proofing the rest of the haircut. And we're maintaining length at the back as well, not all of it. At this point here, I'm going to start to elevate this out. So start building that graduation up into some less weight through here. So this is where we start to build our graduation. Again, we've got to be careful how much we take off through here so it doesn't just fold in on itself. You see, I'm just controlling where I keep the length. Now, bringing that out now. I'm working with that length that we built up. So the guideline is from the third section in. So if I was to pull this down, I'd build more weight, but I want to remove length now. But in the same pattern of sectioning. See, that starts to create that shorter, that longer down there as well. But still maintains the weight that we're looking to keep through there, like that. So whichever way Henry wants to wear it, again, if you bring it back, it's better to bring back, just like that, but you can also still wear it down and a bit messy as well. When that tapers out, it'll be nice to pull everything in. So Henry, what's the trends like in your school at the moment then?
We've got a lot of like homemade mullets at the moment.
Okay.
So I was tempted to like, you know, instead of applying to come on this, you know, just go into the bathroom at my school and, you know, get one done by the boys. Yeah.
So there's actually a makeshift barbershop in the bathroom of your school, yeah? Does your headmaster watch this by any chance, or?
I hope not.
I was going to say, you might have threw a lot of people under the bus here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've given a few myself, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, keep your cards close to your chest on this one, mate, I tell you.
But nice. Yeah, no, some of them a bit dodgy though, I have to say. You know, like all skin on the sides and stuff, and like just, you know, no kind of how would you call it, like layering or anything. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, just a very blocky
just
kind
blocky,
of.
done in 10 minutes, get out of there.
Of course, mate. Well, I mean, it's, it's they'll probably think you're vaping otherwise, won't they? You know what I mean? Unless they can hear the clippers going on.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, mullets seems to be quite on trend, don't they, at the moment? What about a fade still big?
Yeah. Like our school, like our headmasters, like in the school, I guess, like they're quite strict on the hair policies and stuff. They don't want anything crazy. Like they're not huge fans of like skin fades or anything like that.
Okay.
So you just gotta like, I don't know, but I think mainly at the moment it's just like that kind of fringe look. Like just it's really big at the moment.
Yeah. 100%. I love that makeshift mullet in the toilets. That's brilliant. My school was a little bit rougher than that, mate. We definitely weren't doing haircuts in the toilet.
Yeah. No, you got to pick the right cubicle,
100%, mate.
It's a risky business. I said like out in 5 minutes.
That's excellent, mate. There's that one side fitting in there. So you've got some length through the corners here that we can still connect into the top, but then that will be tapered away through here. All right, and then as you turn left, you've got a bit of mullet sitting down the bottom there.
Great, yeah, it looks good.
All right, man. So when do you finish up in school then, bud?
This summer.
You?
Yeah.
Nice. What's the plans when you finish?
I'm going to university. I'm going stateside for university, so I'm
nice.
really looking forward to it.
What are you going to study?
I actually want to study German.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were telling me before you speak fluent German, don't you?
I'd say it's pretty good.
Okay,
I don't want to say fluent, and then some of my mates in Germany will go like kind of call me up and say, "Nah, no way, you're not fluent." But nah, it's
just
decent.
show
it's
off
pretty
for the
good.
camera. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Nice, man. Nice. So what state are you thinking of going to?
I was definitely thinking of like East Coast. Like my mum didn't want me going too far away.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I think maybe like Connecticut. Although like just gonna try and keep options open.
Yeah. Have you been to the States before?
I visited New York.
Oh yeah. How did you find that?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, New York's great, isn't it?
So different to any city I've been to before. Really.
Yeah.
It's like just so much bigger, and
so it's very impressive, isn't it, when you get there for the first time? You're like, wow. Yeah, it'd be really cool to go stateside and do something like that. That'd be really awesome.
Have you ever worked out there, done a project or something?
Have I? Yeah. I've been out there a few times. Yeah, it was good fun, man. Good fun. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I love the States. I mean, I really do. I'd spend a lot more time there if I could. I do really like it. I think my kids would like it too. I think they'd absolutely love it. Yeah, I haven't spent as much time in the States as I'd like to. I would like to spend a bit more time there, but just work commitments and family life and stuff doesn't allow it.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to all that stuff.
No,
trying to move around while I still can.
100%, man. While you got no dependents, you've just turned 18, mate. Don't be thinking of that. Just go and have fun. Go and enjoy your life, man. Plenty of time for that. So why do you want to learn a language or study a language, should I say?
Didn't really want to study German in the first place, but my dad actually made me study German, and just took it up, and I was really bad actually to begin with. Yeah, for like the first 3 years. Then when I was like 16, I went to Berlin for the first time, and I was like, well, it wasn't the first time I'd been there, but it was the first time I was like going there alone with a mate.
Oh wow!
And I remember like I rocked up to this guest family's house, and my dad was like, you just got to obey the house rules. That's house rules. I'm not your parent over there. It's these people. You just got to behave yourself. And I rocked up there, and I was like trying to negotiate a curfew, and they were like, what's a curfew like? We don't really know what that is. And they gave me all the best tips of like where to go, the nightlife, everything. And I just had like the sickest time. Yeah. And then when I came back, I think it was only like 4 days. Yeah. But it was incredible how quickly I picked up the language. Like I'd improved so much, and then from that point, just always
You got a knack for it, would you say, as well? Or do you think you got a knack for languages?
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe, but I just think I just like going to bars and clubs and like having drinks with interesting people and you know,
Germany's the place for places,
Exactly.
especially Berlin though. Berlin's got such a great nightlife.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like languages are the only subjects where you can literally like watch a film for revision, or you know, like I said, like just go out in the country and just have fun. Like that's part of the work. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Wicked that, mate. I think I look back and think I never travelled much when I was a lot younger, you know, around your age, and I kind of was just very focused on building a clientele and building a career in London at the time, you know what I mean, or thinking about moving to London. So I never really done the whole gap year and stuff. I would like to have done it. I do kind of regret not doing it a bit though. It would have been quite nice to do. I think while you've got the chance, mate, you've got your age on your side for sure. Give that a go. I think that'd be awesome. Right guys, I'm just razoring the back now just to create a lot of movement in Henry's hair at the back before I move on to cutting in the top. I'll do the taper at the very end, because once the haircut's done, that will just be the finishing touch for this haircut. So I'm going to wear your fringe nice and full at the front, so I'm going to work that into it first. So T-section through the top, which is a section down the centre of the head, and then just at the round, just where the back starts to round off, you put a section from the centre out to the left and then out to the right as well. So from above it looks like the letter T. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to build up Henry's fringe at the front here like this. I'm going to layer this in so it's just on the eyebrows. I'm going to bring this over slightly, over direct this. Bring that towards me like that. I just want to create enough weight that it's going to stay nice and full. Use that guide there to blend the fringe into the sides. So the section pattern's the thing that's going to create the texture at the front, the movement. Not like a razor or anything like that at all. This up. I'll layer this down. So you can see these bits here will fall before the front, and that's what creates a nice bit of movement in the fringe as well. Lifting that over direction to create fullness. And take a section through the middle, like so. And use the guide. I'll just cut into the fringe to shorten the rest of the hair at the back. Because again, I've layered the front in now, so I'm comfortable with the way the front's going to fall. I'm going to use the guide from underneath, like so. Just plunk it into that. Pull the guide from here to the top and then just slice it into this. Pin this to the centre. To maintain, over towards the section. what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dry it off. And then I'm going to finish off just by doing the taper, all right?
I actually have a question. So like, to kind of get texture out of my hair before, I was like kind of afraid to like wash my hair, you know, like, because otherwise it just got quite straight. I kind of like that like greasy look.
Yeah.
Is there any way, but then you just don't get any consistency. You know, it's like every morning's kind of different, and you know, bad hair days happen so often and stuff. So
yeah,
are there any kind of like tips you'd have for like getting a kind of consistent like textured look, like anything, like any like products?
Yeah, I mean, again, not washing your hair as often is always good because you get that kind of, you do get that kind of like grungier feel to it. Powders are really good for that as well, to get that kind of drier feel. You ever tried blow drying a clay into your hair before?
No.
Do you want to see what that looks like?
I mean, whatever,
yeah. If you like that kind of slightly more grungier look, for sure. I
really like that.
Clays are great. Clays are weird because, like, obviously they give like a matte finish, but when you dry them in, they sort of heat up with the oils, especially in the one that I've got. The oils heat up, and it does create a slightly heavier finish to it. So, yeah, through the top, if you scrunch it in like this, one hand for the top, one hand for the back, right? Now you can put this on top of the Prime and Define. You can cocktail all the products together if you want to. What you'll get is the heat safe elements of the Prime and Define, so you can blow dry with it, and the finishing elements of the clay. All right, and that'll dry it in like this. So you can see all that texture that we put on top. Yeah. I'm doing that with through section pattern, not through razor or anything at all. I'll probably chip into it in a minute, just to point cut a little bit, but it might not need it. All right, so, but we'll see. So, do you want to dry the back first? Dry this off to about 90% dry, right? Try not to dry it fully if you can help it, okay? I'm just going to dry it in with my fingers and work like this. Just have a feel of that.
Wow. Yeah, I can.
It almost feels like it's a couple of days old, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
What is that? No, the hair dryer.
The diffuser.
What is it? How does that work?
Diffuser works by just loosely drying, so it spreads the air out, right? So it's not directing heat in a direction, right? Yeah. If you were to put a nozzle on, or a concentrator as it's called, that concentrates heat in a certain way where you want to go. So you want to blow dry your hair up, back, forwards. You use that. Diffuser just spreads the air wide. So it's a bit like towel drying, just quicker. Essentially, nice. You know, you get that lovely natural finish.
Yeah, no, that's looks.
Get what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Love it.
Now what we'll do, we just add a taper in here now. And take some of this length off here. So add elevation to this. And maintain bulk at the top. How's that look for you, mate?
That looks awesome. I think you've shown all the mullet amateur barbers in the cubicles how it's done, you know. They'll all be copying you. Yeah, I have loads of copycats.
Sure, mate, you'll be the trendsetter now, right? You know? There we go. So that's a good way of still maintaining length at the front, putting a taper in and working a mullet in there as well. So you've got all that nice bit of length through the top as well, so you can see with the clay it's kind of really brought it all out.
Yeah.
The section pattern's kind of what's created the look, and then obviously the taper just finishes it all off, so you can see it's very natural looking. You can see you've got a taper in there, but it's just not like a harsh, aggressive high one, because I just don't think it'll work. I think we took them corners away, you'd end up really struggling to try and create a taper or to create a length at the front as well.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
It's literally like all my kind of ideas in kind of one at the same time. It's just so cool.
Basically, mate, that's what I was trying to do. Make sure we can kind of bring out everything that you want in a haircut, mate. Yeah, for sure, man. So right, let me show you the back and how this sits, all right? Can you see yourself? Turn it around.
There we go.
So what you've got is you got your mullet going on with all your texture, your natural waves. I've tried to make the top look like the back. See the way it's styled? You've got the same kind of wave more than it being just curls.
Right, yeah.
And then that falls nicely into where the taper is at the bottom there as well. All right? Yeah. That still sits nice and full down the bottom. So we're working with your hairline, right? Yeah. Same this side as well. It all sort of falls in to the back. So you've got the mullet, you've got the kind of taper going on, you've got the length at the front, but you can see how everything just sort of comes together. So you've got a load of long layers, but they all still graduate into somewhere. But then you've got the nice flicks, and we've just tried to balance it all out. I think blow drying the clay in's helped that a lot though, because it's giving you that kind of grungier, like you said, that more oilier texture, that's it looking like you've got a greasy product in your hair, if you get what I mean. And everything just falls around. So the more you play around with this, the less precious you are with it, the better it'll look, essentially.
Awesome.
Yeah?
Thanks so much. So happy.
Thanks, man. Looks really good. Cheers, Henry, mate. Lovely to meet you. Thanks very much for that, mate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome.